greatest football game in the history of Western civilization. What a ride it's been.
It is now time for the first edition of NFL Power Rankings, according to the morning show. Shan, RJ Choppy, Cowboys insider Bobby Bell, Peyton Russell, and you on the Franklin Franco Injury Attorney text line 1 through 5 or 5 through 1. Get them in right now after week 1. The way I go about it, we fought with RJ about this for a couple years now. I guess you can do it any which way you want, but I think it should be who wins today on a neutral field. Not who's going to win, is Kansas City going to be there, but you do it however you want. Who wins today based upon week 1 injuries? Take it all into account. In the moment, 877-881-1053. Franklin LaFranco Injury Attorney text line here on the program. Let's start off with where the Cowboys are nationally.
Well, we don't want to spoil our top 5, but I guess we can talk about what nationally they say. No, I think, where would we say? We'd say they're probably somewhere
15, 17.
Okay, so here's where they always
started, 12. I feel like they were at like 17, 16.
So I always take the top, I take like 6 national outlets: NFL.com, CBS, The Athletic, ESPN, Sports Illustrated, and Yahoo. And here's where they were at yesterday. The lowest ranking, both of them from SI and Yahoo, ranked them 24th in the NFL. Then you had 22 from The Athletic, 21 from NFL.com, which is what their average ended up being among the 6 was 21. And then ESPN had them at 19. And the highest ranking, Pete Prisco over at CBS, had them at 16, which was a slide from apparently where he had them heading into week 1, which was 12, which was really high, I feel like.
Well, I got to buy Pete Prisco a drink at the Super Bowl because I think his is the most 24? After playing like that against the Eagles?
Cal State.
You're telling me that you're a bottom 9 team, 10 team in the league? I think that's too harsh, and I'm not trying to be a homer.
Yeah, and on both those, they have the Eagles as a top 2 team. On Yahoo and SI, the ones that ranked him 24.
That's a little low, like really, really low. Honestly, a little low. I don't know how you drop them 4 spots either.
They can't drop, period.
But Prisco dropped them 4 spots.
Unless you thought that they were going to win the East.
Okay, that's fair.
That's it.
Yeah, if you had top 10 or
unless
close,
you thought they were an 11 or 12 win team, then I could see you dropping them. All right, so that's where it stands. Let's go 5 through 1, ladies and gentlemen. RJ Choppy, start us off.
All right. So last 2 years I've just put KC number 1, and I get a lot of pushback on it, and I turned out to be right.
Did they win last year?
I mean, they went to the Super Bowl.
Did they win last year?
So in the interest of parity, and I believe in parity, I've decided I'm going to be wrong this year, and I'm not going to have Kansas City number 1.
Whoa!
Even though that would make me right. Because when it's all said and done, they will be in the Super Bowl again. I'll do a show bet with you if you like.
Sure. So you think you're helping us out to compete more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Versus just not following the rules. But
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they still are a top 5 team in Vegas. They would only be a dog to 4 teams in the NFL right now.
They're a home dog this week.
Yep.
To Philadelphia, they're one of the 4 teams they would be a home dog to, or a dog to. But I have the Chargers at number 5. I still don't trust them.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to be the first team out of this. All right, they are on thin ice. They are on thinner ice than Ritma on a pond in November in Michigan. Okay, they are on thin ice, but I have the Chargers at number 5.
And the best quotes in the league are Jim Harbaugh talking about Justin Herbert. It really is Chuck Norris with a helmet on. Justin Herbert shook off a hit that would have killed a lesser man. Jim Harbaugh said that. He's a legit sight. Do you think any of that's fake? Or is he legit?
No, I think he's just old school football guy. Yeah. I think that's what he is, which I love him. I'm glad he's back in the NFL. Number 5 for me is the Baltimore Ravens. I like Baltimore. I think Baltimore's one of the better rosters. This is just too many times in big games against big teams, like down the stretch, they falter. So I don't know how much I can trust them late, and they may shoot back up these rankings after 6 weeks or something, but I got them number 5 right now.
Number 5, I have the Washington Commanders. Look, when you play the Giants, nothing's really going to impress me unless you beat them by 30, 40 points. You know, they only won by 15, but I love the addition of Deebo Samuel. They used him pretty well Sunday against the Giants. He allows Scary Terry to kind of have not all the eyes on him. The defense looked good as well, despite being up against New York, but I have the Commanders at number 5.
I agree with Choppy. Chargers at 5. I hope that was a sign of things to come. People are saying it's because Justin Herbert is dating. He's got, I don't know the girl.
Madison Beer.
Okay.
I
She's
don't really know who
attractive.
she is. I don't really know.
But
who she
people
is.
are saying that is releasing a new Justin Herbert. Maybe Russell Wilson and Tim Tebow-esque, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, releasing something.
Chargers 5. Yeah, that was my joke. Thanks.
It wasn't directed on.
It what?
I didn't get it. I didn't know you were making a joke. I thought you were serious.
So my Tim Tebow reference and Russell Wilson, you didn't understand that?
No, I didn't hear that part.
Your brain, by the way, I'm shifting my worry,
What?
my cognitive worry off of RJ to you.
I'm off my meds. I'm off my meds.
Are you?
Yeah, I stopped
I mean,
taking my
you're
heart
still
meds.
stuttering and stammering, but like not as bad. But your cognitive ability in the last week, you're repeating stories. You're just
What?
saying the same thing over and over.
No
Commercial
way.
breaks.
No.
You
no.
are. I'm
No,
gonna start tracking it.
when you dinged me during the break for repeating a story the other day, you're like, yeah, you already said that. I was like, I know. I was resetting the top of it. I knew I was repeating
like
something.
I forgot it 2 minutes prior.
Yeah.
No, because
Yeah, you're
I
forgetting
said it
things.
so quickly that I was like,
I
all right, let me
know.
baseline reset it.
I don't
I'm
know.
off the heart meds, off the cholesterol meds. I'm supposed to be taking them still, but
Why are you off?
they fogged my brain. I couldn't speak. I couldn't think.
Yeah.
I'm on liver tabs. I'm peeing like crazy. Okay. We're back, baby. We are back.
Did you
We're
clog
back.
that toilet in there? Was that you then?
No, but I've had to go. I've had goosies for like the last 45 minutes.
4.
4. I'll tell you, this is one of the first ones that I struggled on because week 1 tells you it should be like, maybe Baltimore should be here because they lost, but Vegas says Baltimore's favored over everybody today on a neutral field. On a neutral field, Baltimore would be favored over everybody in the NFL. So I'm thrown here. So I'm going to go
Just do
Philadelphia.
what you think.
I'm going to go Philadelphia.
For RJ Choppy's power rankings, we can just read Vegas.
I was not impressed with Philadelphia this week. Either the Cowboys are going to compete for this division or Philadelphia is going to struggle to advance the postseason off of week 1.
Philly 4.
Chargers at 4. I think that the Chargers in general, I'm a big believer in Justin Herbert, and I've always thought highly of him. And I think that after a year and that first game that you saw, it looks like Jim Harbaugh is not going to just treat him like he's a child out there on the football field. So trust is developing there. I think Herbert's going to be cut loose a little bit. Their defense is something that's encouraging. So in general, I think that big victory for them and ascending. And to me, the AFC West favorites, I got the Chargers.
I'm with RJ number 4. I have Philadelphia there. Look, overall, I mean, again, nothing impressed me, like RJ said, against Thursday's win against the Cowboys. But, overall, they still have a very talented team, one of the best in the NFL. I still expect them to win 12 games, maybe 13 games when it's all said and done. But I have the Eagles right now, number 4.
Green Bay at 4. And I was just wrestling between them and Philadelphia. I still got to see a little bit more from the Packers with Micah, braving it out to play over 50% of the snaps. They could be better than Philly. I got to see a little bit more to totally believe it. So I'm going to go Green Bay 4, and I'll just give it away with the Eagles at 3.
Eagles at 3.
Yep. Power rankings, 1 through 5, 5 through 1. Franklin LaFranco Injury Attorney text line on Shan and RJ.
I have Baltimore at 3.
Proud of you, not following Vegas. I'm proud.
Well, I really wanted to put them at number 1, but again, it's too early in the year to fight with you guys. I just don't want to do that because I don't I've always said I don't need the final score to know who the better team was. They were the better team. They were 40-25 with a handful of minutes to go.
Agreed.
Nobody in the history of the league has lost a game where they scored 40 and rushed for 235 yards in the history of the league. So they were the best team on Sunday. They just didn't win the game. But I'll have them at 3.
Oh, see, here we go. We're
Yeah.
already getting a tone from it.
All year, I'm
We're
gonna do
going
that.
to get rid of power rankings.
You
'cause of
bullied
you.
me into picking this. Buffalo's 3. I got
Okay.
I got the Bills at 3. They are the issue with Buffalo is just you question about how consistent the weapons are. Keon Coleman looks like he's about to break out. He was somebody who was really impressive in spurts last year.
Where's he from?
Florida State guy, and he's somebody who was impressive last year in spurts, and in that first game looked like he was ready to go. Josh Allen just kind of giving a middle finger to Buffalo fans at the end, going like, "Yeah, next time y'all don't go home early." He just seems like he's got an edge and an attitude and different things like that. I think Buffalo's really good, And to me, I can't put Baltimore over them with the late game issue, so I got Buffalo 3.
I have the Green Bay Packers at number 3. Thought about number 2, but I was like, you know what? It's just one game sample size there. I'll put them at number 3 for now. But yeah, dominant win over the Lions on Sunday, and everything was clicking Sunday for them. I mean, offense, defense. Micah Parsons was pretty good, even though he had the garbage time sack. But yeah, Packers number 3.
Philly was my 3. Buffalo is my 2.
Ooh.
Don't even need a ton of the explanation until I get to number 1.
Okay. I like this.
You'll be proud, RJ Chopper.
I will. I will be proud.
No.
My number 2 is the Buffalo Bills. I can't good faith put them at number 1. They did not have the most dominant performance of the weekend. I could argue they didn't have the second most dominant performance of the weekend, but they definitely not have the most dominant. So I got Buffalo at 2. I think they're
tomorrow neutral field. You pick the Bills over the Ravens.
I'd pick Josh Allen over Lamar.
Okay.
I think that's what's going to wind up doing it for me.
Okay.
Number 2 on this list for me is the Philadelphia Eagles. I still think they're the most talented team in football, probably. They're the most even, most balanced football team. I don't know defensively what some of those lapses were about, though. Like, they were having serious
About the
lapses.
secondary questions people have been talking about in the offseason.
Well, and that's the thing is that, like, they've got Mitchell and DeJean, who they think really highly. The play on that Schoonmaker throw near the end of the fourth quarter, DeJean made one of the most ridiculous plays I've ever seen. Like the way he got back and was able to get there and get his hand in between, Schoonmaker's hands and disrupt the pass, that was incredible. I think that if you look at what Philadelphia is, and if Jalen Carter plays in that game, we're probably talking about their performance a little differently, so I've got Philly too.
Despite the loss Sunday night, I have the Baltimore Ravens at number 2. Didn't think about putting them at number 1, maybe a little bit, but had them at number 2. I mean, look, Derrick Henry, he's not slowing down at all. That offense was really impressive. Their defense had some question marks there in the fourth quarter. But look, Derrick Henry fumbled. Jerry Jones was right. Don't get him. He fumbles. He fumbles like Miles Sanders. So I have the Ravens at number 2 for now.
Number 1 for me is the Baltimore Ravens.
Good for you. I like that.
There's
Yeah.
DMV Shan coming out.
No, I mean,
DMV.
look, what RJ said. They were up double digits. They should have won the game. They were the better team against a powerhouse. They were on the road. Tomorrow, I would pick Baltimore to beat them on a neutral field. And the Baltimore Ravens are number 1 in my power rankings, despite being 0-1.
I have the Green Bay Packers at number 1. That was the most dominant. I thought most dominant of victories over the weekend. It wasn't 20. It was really 27-6.
Yeah.
Right. It was a much more dominant. And I know Detroit had a chance to score at the end of the first half inside the red zone. They threw the pick. That was the most dominant victory, though. I mean, they beat a 15-win team from last year, and they made them look like they were a fringe wild card team.
Number 1, Green Bay Packers. That's the most. That was the most complete looking team during Week 1. That was the team that looked the most balanced and just about their business. I think Jordan Love is really, really good, and I think he's going to have a big year. So I've got Green Bay number 1.
The Buffalo Bills at number 1. The comeback was insane. Josh Allen, once again, he's going to be at the top near the MVP votings, and that's the team. I didn't say it on air last week, but I have the Bills in the Super Bowl representing the AFC. So this year they got to get it done.
1 through 5, 5 through 1. I'm going with Baltimore, Buffalo, Philadelphia, Green Bay, and the Chargers.
I've got Green Bay 1, Buffalo 2, Baltimore 3, Philadelphia 4, Chargers 5.
Ravens 5, Chargers 4, Bills 3, Eagles 2, Packers 1.
Bills 1, Ravens 2, Packers 3, Eagles 4, Commanders 5.